Hey guys, Bitcoin could surge $300,000 in the next year thanks to one event. Cardano is at the lowest for the past few years, while token holders have lost 90% from the highs. What's happening with ADA? Has the token reached the bottom? And when should we expect a reversal? Let's figure it out right now. After the SEC accused Cardano of selling unregistered securities, the price of the token dropped 38%, but then recovered slightly. The last week has been more positive for the market, but ADA is still trading near a local bottom. The question arises, is it an artificial price dump, or have the holders of the Ether killer really stopped believing in the token's growth? If you look at the global picture, the current decline is nothing compared to ADA's decline in the last almost 2 years. Since September 2021, the token has declined 91%. Those who invested $1,000 2 years ago now only have $90 of their original investment. So I wouldn't blame the current strong decline in price on manipulation, although we'll come back to that a bit later. Who benefits from selling Cardano now? First, those who bought the token at a couple of cents in 2020 are still in the black. And to avoid the risk in case the developers of the project are arrested for selling securities, investors sell tokens even after such a big drop. For some, it's just a way to reduce risk. Secondly, selling the token can be done by Cardano ICO participants, who still have more than 100x profit from every dollar invested in ADA token in 2016. It is likely that many of them have already sold their assets in a bull market, and a small fraction of early investors are doing so now. So the pressure on the price only comes from those investors who want to avoid risk, not make money. And there is nothing critical about Cardano and its holders. Before we talk about ADA price manipulation, I have one favor to ask of you. I've noticed that 90% of my viewers watch videos without a subscription. If that's you, please subscribe now. This way you can thank me for the content. Celsius, which went bankrupt last year, has proposed converting all its altcoin holdings into Bitcoin and Ethereum to quell growing regulatory concerns and maximize the value of its assets. On July 1st, all altcoins will be dumped into the market and exchanged into BTC and ETH. And now guess, which altcoin is third in the Celsius portfolio? Yes, it's Cardano. Celsius will start selling 103 million ADA tokens on July 1st, which is currently about $26 million. That's a large enough amount of money that it could bring the price of the token down even more. That's why the market is already pricing this event in, so I don't think ADA will sag even more after the 1st of July, unless Bitcoin drops. Also, the lender reserves the right to use commercially reasonable efforts to maximize the value of the altcoins, or in simple words, sell the tokens gradually without pressure on the price. This means that Celsius won't dump the ADA rate, although the market doesn't care about that. Ironically, it is when the token price is at the very bottom that its founder, Charles Hoskinson, allocates $1.5 million to explore the depths of the ocean in search of ethereal technology. The project is operating an expedition led by Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb and his student Amir Siraj, who identified a meteor of interstellar origin that crashed into Earth from outer space in 2014. Some people on Twitter joke that Charles Hoskinson went on an expedition to find the bottom of the ADA token. Others are waiting for him to declare that it turns out aliens are bullish on Cardano. Putting jokes aside, the token is really in a miserable state, and things don't look as good as we'd like them to be. That's why I suggest we take a closer look at the technical analysis. The chart on the left shows XRP falling after the SEC sued Ripple. The decline lasted about 10 days, after which the token began to recover. On the right is the current daily chart of Cardano with a similar scenario, but no growth yet. I expect that ADA will repeat XRP's case, and it will recover after such a big fall. Those who now hate the Ether killer just don't know how to wait. In past cycles, the fall was even worse and the market was even duller. Now, after each price drop, everyone expects a lightning-fast rise the very next day. But it does not happen like that. It takes time, and it is clearly seen in the charts. For example, ADA and BTC, you can clearly see the period of stagnation in the last cycle and then the pump. With high probability, we can expect the same scenario in the next year, so have some patience. And next, I'm going to tell you about what signals tell us about the beginning of a bull market soon, so stay tuned. Let's continue with the Bitcoin ETFs from BlackRock. The largest fund had 576 applications for ETFs, of which only one was rejected, and that was because it was a secret ETF. So the odds of a spot Bitcoin ETF being approved are multiplied. You'll say ETFs are good, but will this affect the market? Should we expect growth? Let's take gold as an example. In 2011, the spot gold ETF was launched, after which gold went up 360%. Large capitals got an easy and quick way to invest in gold, which led to the growth of the asset. A similar situation could happen with Bitcoin. Gold is capitalized at $12 trillion. Let's imagine that half of it, that is $6 trillion, is ready to go into Bitcoin. In that case, the price of BTC will be about $300,000. This is the potential of a Bitcoin ETF. According to the rules, the application must be processed within 240 days, but I think it can happen sooner, just so the big players can buy Bitcoin cheaply before the next bull market. There is also an important event that could speed up the application. Grayscale, the largest firm with 10 billion in Bitcoins, has sued the SEC for the commission's refusal to allow them to convert GBT shares into the Bitcoin ETF. A ruling on the case is expected in the coming weeks. Perhaps BlackRock is confident that Grayscale will win in court, and that's why they filed for their own ETF. In any case, expectations are positive, though the Bitcoin price has almost no reaction to it. And lastly, Binance US has entered into an agreement with the US Securities and Exchange Commission to ensure that US customer assets remain in the United States until a sweeping lawsuit filed this month by the regulatory agency is resolved. Looks like the SEC backed down and realized it can't strangle the crypto market in the US, at least not yet. This also gives hope for a softer policy toward the crypto market and possible approval of a spot ETF for Bitcoin. Either way, the summer is going to be hot. Subscribe to the Coin Post to stay updated on the latest market developments. Thanks for watching your Coin Post.